Hello, so good to be with you again. Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Mary's Field. Again, nothing for sale here, just good news, good stories, a lifetime of good stories, a little bit of wisdom, and things that are good for your own heart to grow and be able, therefore, to share with others. Early on in these videos, I did share some things from St. Francis de Sales, a couple of things, in fact, and a marvelous book. I've given 50 or 60 of these away from the teachers that I taught with, and it always touched their hearts. And I'd just like to share another piece of this classic work with you. Francis de Sales says, "The person who dives for pearls is never satisfied to come up with shells. Neither should those who aim at virtue be satisfied with honors and reputation." It's that ego again, always in the way, isn't it? The more virtue parades itself, the more it desires to be seen and acclaimed, and the less likely it is to be real and true. True virtue and personal attractiveness are not rooted and supported in pride, self-sufficiency, or vanity. These look like virtue, but they're not. Having just the appearance of virtue can become very dangerous and hurtful to those who cling to it and take delight in it. Pride and ego is one thing in our daily lives, but once you become a little bit holy and you start praying and try to be good and you get that feeling, I'm better than others and so on, boy, religious pride is just extremely dangerous and dynamite. It can kill you and it will kill others. For if someone is truly wise, truly learned, truly generous and noble, their gifts will flower in true humility and modesty. A really great soul will not waste itself on such empty goods as rank, honor, and form. It has higher aspirations. It's funny because a few minutes ago I just opened up a letter from one of the members of our board of directors, and this was in there from St. Francis de Sales. When did God's love for you begin? Little card, huh? And see, it began when God began to be God. Boy, that's a long time ago. In fact, it's no time, really, huh? When God has always been, that's when his love for you began. So also God has loved you from all eternity in the words of the psalmist, I have loved you with an everlasting love, words from Psalm 103. Isn't that nice? I'd like to also share a quick story with you. We have a little bit of time today. It's a story about a famous, very famous artist and his piece of work, Holman Hunt. Holman Hunt painted this beautiful piece of art showing Jesus in a garden, knocking on a door. The door and the garden are kind of unkempt. They really can use a gardener in a serious way. And he's knocking on the door. And after the Holman executed this beautiful painting, he invited in his fellow artists to review it and to critique it. And they all were very, very loud in their praise. Holman, it's a piece of art. It will last for all time, and indeed it has. And, you've done a marvelous thing. Late in their gathering, an artist came up to him and said, Holman, it's truly a beautiful piece of work, but you forgot one thing. You forgot to put a doorknob on the door. And Holman Hunt says, no, I didn't forget that at all. I did it deliberately. Because you see, that is the door of the human heart, and it can be opened only from within. Isn't that beautiful? And that's the truth. We own our own hearts, and they can be opened only from within. And God is waiting for that, And so become your own preacher, Let the stories that we tell slowly drip down into your beautiful heart, take root, and explode into life, just like a spring. We're in spring now, just like a spring flower, and so take charge of your own life and let do the things that need to be done for you to grow. One of the things that needs to happen is you have to have a book like this close to you almost at all times. We get discouraged. You get tired of doing good. You really do. Everybody does, and you need motivation to pray, to be good, to do the right thing, and so on. And little things like we've just shared today can give us that strength and motivation to keep on going. Happiness tomorrow, remember, always, always depends on us doing the truth today. So good to be with you. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and daily you're in mine. God bless.